Alright, hi, and welcome to my channel. My name is Casey, and today I'm bringing you guys just a real quick reading, straight into the point. What do you need to hear right now? Now, I usually channel straight from your spirit guides, but anything can come through, your highest self, ancestors. It's just, what do you need to hear right now, wherever you are? So today I have 3 different piles for you to choose from. With pile 1, we have the Optimism card. With pile 2, we have the Shame card. And for pile 3, we actually have 2 different cards, the Manic card and the Resentments card. So go ahead and pause, figure out which pile you feel most drawn to. I'll leave timestamps down in the description box below so you can quickly jump to whichever reading that you want to listen to. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, pile 1. If you chose the Optimism card, then this is the reading for you, and I'm really surprised that the Optimism card is the one that was meant for pile 1, because your reading is like, girl, I think you can barely even cling to the idea of optimism. I think you're really upset about something, and rightfully so. It feels like there has been some sort of betrayal for you, and we're gonna get into it, but I just had to note, I was really surprised that it's the Optimism card for your pile, but this is supposed to be a short reading. I'm supposed to only have 4 cards, but as you can tell, for some reason you have extra. I think that there's a lot more that needs to be said for your pile. I'm still going to try to make it as quick as possible, but there's a lot more going on here than just a quick, what do you need to hear right now? Starting off with Anger, Page of Pentacles, and Judgment. Something has really, really hurt you and upset you recently. Somebody, it's this stabbing anger, this all-consuming, when I look at this Page of Pentacles, I'm almost getting a tunnel vision feeling. When you're so upset, it's the only thing you can think about. You can't distract yourself. You can't look elsewhere, tunnel vision. I think that's what's going on for you right now. This is a general reading, so I can't get too specific about what exactly it was, but it could be maybe you got cheated on, maybe your friend betrayed you, maybe your best friend hooked up with your significant other. It just feels like a very deep betrayal. Maybe somebody used something against you and hurt you when you thought that they never would. Maybe somebody took advantage of you when you weren't looking, or I don't know exactly what happened, but something has deeply, deeply upset you. Somebody really did you dirty. And I think you're very upset, rightfully so. But Spirit is trying to tell you not to make any rash decisions right now while you're still in this angry state, which is going to be very hard. And I can tell that you just want revenge, you want vengeance, you want to get back at this person, you want to come up with a plan, you want to ruin their life, you want to hex them or curse them, you want to destroy their car. But you're being asked to be the bigger person. Not because it's the morally right thing to do, but I think Spirit is trying to say something really bad might happen if you lash out. I'm just going to give you an example here. Let's say that your ex cheated on you, you're so upset you want to destroy their car or light their house on fire. Spirit is telling you to slow down, because if you do that, you could go to jail. It's not a matter of being the bigger person, it's a matter of if you act rashly right now off of feeling alone, you might end up doing something that you'll regret, after the emotions have worn off, after you're no longer angry, and then you're going to be stuck with these feelings afterwards. Something that just came to mind is when I was in college, there was this girl that did my friend dirty and tried to steal her man right out from under her. And so I blocked her and bad-mouthed her on Snapchat. It was really cringe. All this to say that it turns out that it was just a misunderstanding, but then I was left in the end with man, should I refollow this girl? This is so awkward. You're being asked to slow down, take care of yourself, and then just wait until the emotions are gone and see how things play out, because if you act right now and if you act rashly, you're gonna seriously regret it. I'm not even gonna try to say you might regret it. I think you are seriously gonna regret it. I can see you're very tunnel visioned. You want to take action right now. You're fueled by this anger and this hate and this hurt, but you're being asked to be logical, take a step back, take a breather. You're very angry and hurt, but instead of looking for ways to hurt the other person to make yourself feel better, try to figure out how can you make yourself feel better right now? How can you take care of yourself? How can you nurture yourself right now? Because you literally have here on the right side the nurture card and the slow down card, clarified by the Knight of Wands reversed, which is all about slowing down because like you're too fiery, you're moving too fast. Everything is telling you to slow down. Maybe take some self-care days. Maybe focus on people that you love and enjoy being around. You know, you're very hurt right now, but try to focus on the positives. And not for being the bigger person. Like, I swear to God, it's not just about, like, you know, do the right thing. No, you know what? Usually I'm all about, like, you know, getting what you deserve. But in this scenario, it's not going to help you. In fact, it's probably going to hurt you. So maybe spend some time with friends, spend some time with family. Maybe if you can, take some time off work. Do an actual getaway, like get away from where you are physically right now. Take some time to decompress and process what has just happened, because it feels like whatever has just happened to you is like a monumental change that's shifting your current life and relationship dynamics. And you can't just continue on without taking a moment to slow down, take care of yourself, you know. Like, I've been cheated on before, and I was in so much pain. It was so bad I couldn't think about the person for months afterwards without losing my entire appetite. Like, food made me want to gag because of how badly I was hurt, like how badly I was betrayed. So trust me when I say, like, I understand the feelings that you might be going through right now, but it's not the right time for you to take rash action against this person. I know how badly you want to get back, you want to make them feel the way that you feel, but there are other ways to make yourself feel better, and if anything, it might hurt you worse. It might put you in a worse place, it might end up embarrassing you, it might end up ruining your future. Like, I don't know how young you are, but you could end up doing something that ruins your career prospects in the future. Like, don't jeopardize your future or jeopardize your life for revenge, no matter how bad you are hurt. Trust me, it doesn't lead to anything good. Spirit is asking you to slow down and nurture yourself, literally. So take some time off, take some time to yourself, do some self-care, do some healing. Allow yourself to accept what has just happened. I'm not going to say forgive it, because you don't need to forgive right away. But you can't live in denial. You do need to accept that it did happen. And you need to start thinking about, how am I going to move forward from here? And let yourself feel everything that you're going to feel. You know, don't bury the pain under, you know, substances or distractions. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself adjust. This is going to be a really difficult time for you. But you can't just sweep it under the rug, and you can't try to cover it up by lashing out at this person. You know, you need to take care of yourself. You need to prioritize yourself. And it is going to get easier in the future, but I feel like you needed to hear this message right now because you're so tunnel visioned, so focused on the hurt and the pain and wanting revenge. If you don't slow down, something bad's going to happen. And take it from me, prioritize yourself. Stop prioritizing whoever this person is that hurt you. The more that you think about them, the more that you dwell on it, the worse it's going to hurt you. So take all that negative energy and kind of repurpose it into putting it back into yourself in a positive way. You know, even if you can't think positive, do positive physical actions. You know, take yourself to get a healthy meal, you know, wear those fuzzy socks or get that fuzzy blanket, put on your comfort TV show. It might not feel good right away, but you're soothing your body and you're soothing your soul, and that's all you can do right now. You know, I wish that I could tell you, like, yeah, go crazy, burn their house down. But no, how is that going to end well? You know, think about the things that you've been wanting to do. How is that going to end well? You know, even if it's something like hexing or cursing, you don't know if that's going to backfire on you. You don't know if you're going to regret that action years from now. So the best thing that I can tell you and that Spirit wants you to know is slow down and give back to yourself right now. Allow yourself to heal through this as peacefully as possible. Not to be the bigger person, but just to do what's best for you. So, Pile 1, that is everything that I have for you. I hope that this finds you when you need it most, and I really wish you peace as you go through this. I know it's not an easy time. I'm really sorry for whatever that you've gone through, but you are going to get through it. So, that's everything that I have to say. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. Pile 2. Oh, honey. Oh my God. As I was pulling your cards, like I know the very first card that you chose in the beginning of the video was shame, but going into this, I was like, I wonder what this is going to be about. The very first card that came out is You Are Deserving, and it literally just felt like a pang in my heart, and I just said like, oh, honey, like I feel like you're really going through something right now, and I'm not going to get too specific. I'm going to use one specific analogy as we go through this, but keep in mind it's a general reading, so your exact story is going to be different for you. But the main one that's coming to mind is something that I think is going to resonate with a lot of you that felt drawn to this reading and this pile. I think you just discovered something about yourself that goes against everything that you were taught, everything that you were brought up with, and you're scared. You're really scared of this new change. You feel so ashamed. You feel like you don't deserve to indulge these feelings. And Spirit needs you to know that you were born the way that you are perfectly, just the way that you are. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing dirty about you. There's nothing sinful about you. You know, if you were brought up religiously and this goes against that. And that's why I say that I'm using a specific analogy here, because this reading almost has the energy of somebody who has grown up, you know, with a religious background, very conservative background, always told that, like, for example, being gay or being trans isn't okay. But now you, like I said, you just discovered something about yourself. You're realizing you're attracted to somebody that maybe you feel like you shouldn't be, or maybe you're starting to feel differently in your skin and having realizations about who you really are, and you're trying to repel it away from you. You're trying to suppress it. Maybe you've been suppressing it your whole life. But now it's getting to this point where these feelings are so strong, so overwhelming that you can't avoid them. And it's all consuming. And the more you try to push it away, the more you try to shame it away, the more it comes up, the more that you feel them. And I feel like you feel repulsed by yourself. I feel like you feel, and it breaks my heart. And, you know, I don't usually say this on my channel, but, you know, I am a lesbian. So I understand it. You know, I didn't grow up with a religious background. My parents are very accepting. But, you know, I don't usually come out online because everybody has an opinion. But I feel like if you were drawn to this channel, drawn to this specific video, and drawn to this specific reading, I want you to know that it's not shameful to be who you are. It's literally natural. Like, it's literally, humans created the idea of religion and put these rules and these boxes of how we should live. But you look at like seagulls and penguins, a lot of penguins are gay. A lot of seagulls are gay. Like, it's a naturally occurring thing that happens in nature, but it's seen in a lot of different forms of religion as being like taboo or something that people choose, and it's not a choice. You're not sinful, you're not broken. You know, God or the universe, whatever you believe in, made you the way that you are, exactly the way that you are on purpose. You are the way that you are for a reason. You're not just given this big challenge to avoid your whole life. You are who you are. There's nothing wrong with loving who you want to love, and I feel like that's what you need to hear right now, because I feel like there is so much guilt and shame within you, and your body, your heart, and your soul all want to be your true self. They all want to be who you're meant to be. They want to fall in love and be attracted to people that you're attracted to and in love with. But it's like your mind and the things that you were brought up believing are so averse to it. It's like you're at war with yourself and you feel this deep shame, like you want to lock yourself away, like you never want to look at anybody again, like you never want to interact with the world, like there's something wrong with you, like you should be hidden away, and you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. Spirit is telling you in so many different words here that you shouldn't be. Not only do you literally have the words, you are deserving, but it's clarified by the Ace of Cups, which literally is all about love. It's about overflowing an abundance of love. You are so deserving of love in every aspect, not just romantic love. I think you are deserving of having friends and family who accept you for who you truly are. You're deserving of people to love you for who you are, not to love you conditionally. To love somebody just for their sexuality or just for the way they appear or just for the way that they present themselves to the world, that's conditional love. And you deserve unconditional love. You deserve to be who you want to be and be truly yourself and still be loved. You are so, like, it needs to be drilled into your head how deserving of love you are. And this, what's going on with you right now, this is not wrong. You know, it's been taught to you from a young age that it's something to be ashamed of. It's something to cover kids' eyes from, that it's something that's not okay, it's not right, it's dangerous, and it's not. It's a naturally occurring thing. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, and this is going to be something that's going to be really hard for you to unlearn. And there's this thing called internalized homophobia that even I have. You know, I grew up in a very, very liberal area. I came out in middle school and nobody cared. Like, the whole school knew, nobody cared. I dated a lot of girls in high school and it was whatever. You know, my parents know, they don't care. My best friends know. I'm in a very happy relationship right now. I've told everybody, even my conservative grandmother, and, you know, she accepted it. And all this to say that even with all that, I still feel this internalized homophobia sometimes just because of how strongly society puts it into all of us. You know, I get afraid that, you know, if I'm too close to my female friends, like, they're going to think I'm a predator, or they're going to think that, you know, like, you know, it's that kind of internalized thing that's put into you. And this shame that you're feeling, it's not shame from God or from yourself or from the divine. It's shame put into you by other people. It's other people's words that you're still feeling. And I need you to hear that these things that you've been taught, it's not the truth. The truth is, we are made the exact way that we're meant to be made. We are meant to find love. We're meant to enjoy this life. We're not meant to just live in shame and fear our entire life. That's not why we came here. We're here to enjoy positive vibes, enjoy love, enjoy our friends and family, enjoy the experiences that this life has to give us. And this thing that you're going through right now, it's not going to be forever. But something that you absolutely need to learn is you don't need to be ashamed of yourself. And you are so deserving of a happy and fulfilled life with the partner that you want, with the family and friends that love you for who you are, with the body that you want. You're meant to be who you want to be, and nobody can take that away from you. Now, looking at the side here, you have change, gloom, and the hanged man reversed. And this, to me, tells me that, like I said in the beginning, I think that you've had a sudden realization lately. You know, with the change and the gloom, maybe you met somebody new. You know, I'm coming from my own point of view, because, you know, it's a general reading or whatever, but maybe you met a new girl. And you're a girl, and suddenly you have these really strong feelings for her. You can't stay away from her. You want to be with her. You want to get closer to her. You don't understand why you have all these feelings, and then suddenly it clicks, and you just start feeling shame and regret, and you're trying to push yourself away, but you can't stop thinking about her. And with the gloom, it's like you're just depressed, and you're anxious, and you're hating yourself, hating these feelings, hating that they're coming up, and you can't get rid of them. And I think you're so afraid of change. It's like you don't want time to move forward. You just want to go back to when you didn't have these feelings, to when it wasn't a big deal. But it's just who you are. It's your heart wanting to love. It's your heart wanting to be happy, to have all these experiences that everyone around you gets to feel. And you're feeling this excitement and this passion that you've never felt before. And it's coupled with this gloom, this depression, this sadness, this guilt, this shame. And you shouldn't feel that way about love. You shouldn't feel that way about attraction. Attraction should feel like butterflies in your stomach. It should feel like happiness. It should feel like, I want to explore. I want to get to know this person more. But you're so stuck in these feelings, and it's like you can't move forward. You know, with the hanged man reversed, you're stuck in place. You don't know which direction to go. You can't go back to the past, but you also don't want to go forward to the future. What you need to hear is, this is going to be a long journey for you. It's going to be a long journey unlearning all these preconceived notions, unlearning this shame that's been drilled into you, and learning that it's okay to feel how you feel, and then letting yourself open up to the idea, of getting to know these new people. Or, like I said in the beginning, if you're trans, like allowing yourself to express yourself in the way that you want. And I can't even imagine how much scarier that is, because at least in the US, it's a really scary place to be if you're transgender. Like, I can't even imagine what life is like for you right now if that's what you're feeling. But you need to know that it's not wrong. And the first step in this is not coming out, because that's so scary. Like, I'm not going to push you to that right now. But what I will encourage you to do is learn how to accept this new reality. You know, it doesn't mean that you need to start changing things all of a sudden, but just accepting that this is who you are. Look in the mirror, say it to yourself, and learn to be at peace with it, at least within yourself, because not everybody's going to be an ally. Not everybody's going to be open to it right away. But you need to know that you at least have yourself on your side. That even if the whole world is against you, that you accept yourself, you love yourself, and you can be there for yourself. And that in and of itself is going to be a long journey, but it's something that you're going to have to accept because it's who you are. You know, once you realize this, there's no going back. It's always going to be there in your mind. It's always going to be there in your body. And it's going to be your journey. But you have to know that the whole world isn't against you. There's a lot of people like me, millions of other people just like you and me, who are there for you, who understand exactly what you're going through, and who are going to love you unconditionally. You just need to start with yourself. So, you know, this was supposed to be a quick reading, but so far Pile 1 and Pile 2 have been very heavy, but I don't regret it. I'm glad that I could deliver this message, and if it resonates with you, I'm so glad that it found you. I hope that this helps you along your journey, and I want you to know that you are perfect just the way you are. I know it sounds cliche, but you really, really are. And that's it. That's all I have to say. But just know that you always have a place at my channel, in my community. Feel free to reach out, you know, because I know what you've gone through personally. I don't normally like DM people or whatever, but you know, my email is on my website. It's also in the description, I believe. So if you really need somebody to rely on, you need somebody to talk to, I am willing to be that person. So don't be afraid to reach out. But Pile 2, that is everything that I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye. All right, Pile 3, last but certainly not least. If you chose, I believe it was the Manic card, and there was another one, I can't quite remember, but this is the reading for you. I was going to try to make these all very quick, but I'm going to take my time with yours. Pile 1 and Pile 2 were very heavy and ended up taking a lot longer, so I might as well give yours as much detail as possible. Feel free to speed up the video, though, if you only want the Cliff's Notes or whatever. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, you, my dear, I believe you're doing something differently from those around you. I think you're choosing a life path for you that is very different, and honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there was people around you that disapproved, or even if they didn't say as much, I feel like you can feel them judging. And it's really getting you down, it's really making you lack confidence, it's really making your self-empowerment drain away, and first of all, what you need to hear is you're on the right path. You are meant to do what you are meant to do. Like, you literally have the card, you are deserving, next to the ambition card. You are deserving of whatever it is that you want to do. And you are meant to do what it is that you want to do. You know, you're not given desires just to like look at them longingly and never attain them. It's my personal belief that the desires within us originated within the universe. It was something that the universe wanted to bring to fruition. And it was given to you because it was meant to be manifested in you. You are the best possible person to make this thing come to fruition. Now, it's also one of my beliefs that if you choose not to do this, the universe will find a different vessel to do this, but you are the current best person to do this, and it's not going to be taken away from you so long as you continue to pursue it. So, for example, maybe you want to be an entrepreneur, you wanted to start your own business, but people think it's going to fail. They're like, why are you going to do that when you could just go to college and become a surgeon or become a lawyer like everybody else? and you're like, no, that's not who I am. I'm meant to travel or work from home or whatever it is that you want to do. I think that you have a plan, an idea in your mind of what you want your life to look like, and you're in the process of starting to do it. But as that happens, of course, there's naysayers around. There's people who maybe they just straight up don't believe in it. Maybe they don't like it. Or maybe there's people who, at their heart, they have good intentions and they just don't want you to fail. So they seem disapproving, but either way, it doesn't matter because it's still bringing you down. I think you're dealing with a lot of that right now, and it's really making you lack courage. And you need to hear, right now, your spirit guides are telling you are meant to do this thing. You are meant to do this. Something that's been coming to mind is van life. For instance, maybe I don't know if you see those van life TikToks, but maybe you want to be an influencer for that. Or maybe if it's not even an online thing, maybe you just want to do it. And I'm here to tell you, that's a part of your life path. That is a part of your life's purpose. You are currently in alignment with your life's purpose by doing what this thing is. The biggest thing stopping you, though, the biggest thing making you lack steam is other people's judgment, other people's opinions. And I'm not here to tell you that it's suddenly just gonna not hurt, because it's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck when people tell you, are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure that's the right plan? I had a friend that did that and it completely failed, so blah, blah, blah. It sucks hearing that. And I'm not gonna tell you that you're not gonna deal with that ever again, because you are. But you need to learn how to believe stronger in what you're meant to do than what other people say. Stop living for other people's opinions and start living for your own. Okay, I had to pause for a second because I need you to see this. I think that this is really going to align with what you're going through right now. There's this podcast called Aware and Aggravated. I hope you can see it, by Leo Skepi. And this specific episode, How I Handle Hate and the Psychology of Being Unbothered, I think that it personally helped me a lot because, I'm doing something kind of unconventional. I think if you are really resonating with this, you should really listen to that, because in that podcast episode, Leo kind of teaches you how to hold space for multiple different opinions, how to hold space for when somebody hates you, not just brushing it off or trying to convince yourself it doesn't hurt, but holding space for that opinion and your own and learning how to prioritize your own over that. I think it would be really helpful to you because I see that there's a really big lack of confidence here, especially when it comes to judgment. But I also see just how much this thing matters to you, just how much ambition and drive that you have to make this thing happen. And you already know the universe is telling you, you deserve to be able to do this. And not only that, it's a part of your purpose. But a big thing that you have to learn in order to keep that drive going, to get that confidence up, to allow yourself to have the motivation, is to learn how to protect your feelings. And something I think that is very interesting is the bottom of the deck is the Page of Wands reversed. You have the Queen of Wands reversed and the King of Wands reversed. All of these cards are about a big lack of confidence that slows your momentum. When all these cards are upright, it's all about drive, passion, making things happen. But these opinions are bringing you down so much, you have all three of these court cards reversed. So I'm not saying this to tell you it's never gonna happen. I'm saying when judgment gets you down, it can be a bit of a roadblock in your motivation. But motivation isn't permanent. You need to learn how to have discipline to keep going, even when you feel down, even when people's opinions hurt you, even when they make you second guess yourself. Having the discipline to keep going, to keep making it happen, will allow you to succeed. And along the way, you can learn how to make these judgments and these opinions hurt less. And I think starting with that podcast would be a great place to start. But it's a journey. It's going to be a journey. But the biggest thing that you need to hear right now is you're meant to keep doing what you're doing. Spirit can see how much you're struggling, though. Spirit can see how afraid you are of failure. And it all stems back to people's judgment, people not believing you, and people's opinions getting in the way of your own belief in yourself. But the biggest thing that you can work on right now, the biggest thing that you have control of right now, is your reaction to these opinions. At the moment, I think that they have a lot of power over you. And the biggest thing that you can start doing is 1, keep working towards what you want, and 2, Start working on making these opinions not matter as much, because those two things in tandem will start to propel you forward. All these, king, queen, and page reversed are going to start being upright, and you're going to start having all this passion and fire directed towards making this thing happen, and it is going to succeed. You need to hear it's going to succeed. This thing that you're dealing with right now, it's not stopping it in its tracks, it's just slowing it down. And what do you need to do? Learn how to deal with it so that you can flip all these cards around and start propelling forward faster. Because you are meant to do this thing, and I think you're going to be amazing at it. Whatever it is, like I said, if it's entrepreneurship, or even if it's not necessarily career, but just something that you want to do. Something that makes you happy. Like I said, van life. You can figure it out. You can learn how to do it. You can make it your life. You just need to be able to make it happen. It's all dependent on you. And that's a great thing, because if it's not dependent on anybody else, you can make it succeed. You don't need to deal with anybody else's BS. So keep going and, do these things that Spirit's telling you to do. So pile 3, that is everything that I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it found you when you needed the most, and I hope that it helps you out a bit. And I truly wish you the best on your journey. But thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.